We are live in Bolivia, in the capital, as the celebrations kickstart for the 200th anniversary of the independence of the country. 200 years since the republic was founded as the Republic of Bolivar, in homage to the great liberator Simon Bolivar, following their victory for and achieving independence from the Spanish Empire of the time. There are several activities that have been taking place over since Monday, over these last 3 days, to commemorate with the presentations of different books, cultural activities, mega concerts, different events commemorating the great victory and the independence, the 200th anniversary of the independence of Bolivia. There are several delegations here present as well, international delegations. We have the confirmation of the Honduran president, for example, that is currently in country, accompanying the Bolivian people and government in these joyous celebrations of victory and of the will of a people to continue working and moving forward as they have done since the establishment of the plurinational state for the well-being of all creeds and peoples that make the proud Bolivian country. There are several activities planned during this Wednesday, August 6th, which is the exact date that the Declaration of Independence was signed. We're seeing right now live on our screens the arrival of President Luis Arce Catacora, who is arriving to the 25th square, where the first celebration, the first main event will begin, marking this occasion of the 200th anniversary of the independence of Bolivia. The square, May 25th, is right now where people are gathered. We're seeing here President Luis Arce walking in front of the different branches of the army, of the military, of the army, that are in charge of protecting the sovereignty and national integrity of the country. So we can expect to hear very shortly the words of the president. Institutes, militaries, personnel of the armed forces, National Academy of Police, good morning to all. Constance, take command. So we are seeing this military protocol as the activities, as we were saying, begins. So what we're seeing right now as part of this celebration, which began at 8 a.m., this solemn activity that is being held right now, with the President Luis Arce Catacora accompanied by other different authorities, with the raising of the national flag and the singing of the national anthem, which has the presence of all sectors of Bolivian society that is gathered today in the historical square of May 25th in front of the House of Liberty. So following this act, President Luis Arce will receive the protocol greetings by the President, Vice President, and Foreign Ministers that are present here, as we were saying, to accompany the Bolivian people and the plurinational state in the commemoration of the 200th anniversary of Bolivia.
En el legado que seguimos con responsabilidad y compromiso bajo la premisa: la unión es la fuerza. Hoy, el noble.
So as we are seeing the president walking through different cultures that make the Bolivian nationality, different military branches, as we saw previously, right now is going through what you're seeing the flags both of Bolivia and indigenous flags.
a honrar el legado de nuestros próceres y a renovar
A commemoration that is celebrating the legacy of the heroes and of course of the great liberator Simon Bolivar, in honor of which this nation was proudly named 200 years ago when it was founded as the Republic of Bolivar, which very quickly, just a few months after the foundation of the Republic of Bolivar, turns its name into Bolivia. Right now in front of the House of Liberty, we are seeing President Luis Arce accompanied by the Vice President of the country, continue with the military protocols as part of the greeting as this commemoration begins. So the different institutes of the National Armed Forces and police academies are gathered here, which is the people that we're seeing in front. Now, I believe that people are getting ready to listen to the national anthem of Bolivia. This commemoration is being accompanied by many delegations, by over 40 delegations, international delegations, and international organizations whose highest authorities are also present here to accompany the people of Bolivia and its government on this milestone celebration of 200 years of independence. So we're gonna see now, as we were announcing previously, the raising of the flags of the country, followed by the lyrics of the national anthem of Bolivia, to give the official kickstart to this day of joyous celebration of the Bicentennial of Bolivia's independence. We are seeing that all the highest command are present here at this May 25th square, taking part in this historic celebration for the South American nation. We are able to see on the crowds the different colors, the diversity that comprises the Bolivian nation.
Policía boliviana, señor abogado Luis Edson Ayllón Salgueiro, gobernador en ejercicio del Gobierno Autónomo Departamental de Chuquisaca, señor doctor Enrique Leaño Palenque.
Right now, all the people that are present here are being presented, all the highest authorities of the plurinational state government of Sucre, the constitutional capital. We must remember that in Bolivia, La Paz is considered the economic capital, but the constitutional capital of the country is Sucre, where this important event is being held in front, as we were saying, of the House of Liberty, where the Declaration of Independence was signed exactly today, 200 years ago.
De nuestra amada patria Bolivia, distinguidas autoridades e integrantes de las delegaciones internacionales,
with the presence of numerous international delegations and international organizations with their highest authorities being here present, accompanying the Bolivian people and its government to mark this historical date.
Damas y caballeros cadetes, suboficiales y sargentos, señores representantes de los diferentes movimientos y organizaciones sociales, invitados especiales, población boliviana.
So what we are waiting for right now is the raising of the flags and the intonation of the national anthem of Bolivia, which will be followed by the protocol military greeting to President Luis Arce, and then will also be followed by the honor session that will take place following this introduction, this beginning of this important day where Bolivia celebrates 200 years of independence.
Programa que prosigue con la ida de los símbolos patrios del Estado plurinacional de Bolivia a los acordes y entonación de las sagradas notas del himno nacional.
Please make silence now and respect the raising of the flags and listen to the national anthem of the country.
La huipala, símbolo de la pluriculturalidad, será izada por el gilata David
So both flags that are going to be raised, just to give details, is the national flag of Bolivia, of course, but also the huipala, which is the flag that represents the numerous cultures that comprise the Bolivian nationality. So the Vice President David Choquehuanca is the one in charge of raising the huipala, and the President Luis Arce will raise the national flag of the armed forces.
Atención, firme. Al hombro. Al. Atención, presente. Al. militares de las Fuerzas Armadas y Academia Nacional de
with the
Policía.
military protocol of the greeting of the military personnel that will salute President Luis Arce Catacora, who is accompanied, as we were saying, by Vice President David Choquehuanca and all the sectors that comprises the Bolivian nationality, as well as international delegations
Bolivianos
and
y
international
bolivianas,
organizations are represented with the highest
en
authorities
esta
present
fecha
here in this
trascendental,
monumental date where this country
ayúdenme a decir
marks 200 years of
gloria
its
a los
independence.
próceres de la independencia.
Now people
Viva
gather
Bolivia
are
en su bicentenario.
are paying homage and tribute
Causa Jun
to the heroes
Bolivia.
that made possible the independence
Jayaya,
of this
Bolivia.
South American nation, calling
En esta fecha
by name
trascendental,
and honoring
en la que
their
conmemoramos
sacrifice
los 200
and dedication
años de la
for the
independencia del
independence
Estado
of the nation.
Plurinacional de Bolivia.
We continue
Hacemos
with
una
the
pequeña
ceremonies
pausa para posteriormente
honoring the
retornar
200th
con el
anniversary of the
saludo
independence of Bolivia.
protocolar de la hermana mandataria invitada al hermano Luis Alberto Arce Catacora, presidente constitucional y capitán general de las Fuerzas Armadas del
So
Estado.
the activities, they're gonna take a moment before continuing the corresponding greeting of the
Al hermano Luis Alberto Arce Catacora,
of the heads of states gathered to greet
capitán general de las
the
Fuerzas
President
Armadas
Luis
del
Arce.
Estado, para que juntamente al gilata David Choquehuanca Céspedes,
So we are seeing
vicepresidente
now President
de
Luis
nuestra
Arce,
amada
constitutional
patria Bolivia,
President Luis Arce,
Muy
and the
buenos
Vice
días,
President David
Bolivia.
Chequehuanca
Sean bienvenidos
are
y
entering
bienvenidas
this House
a
of
esta
Liberty.
transmisión histórica y especial con
Now,
motivo
the
del
Bicentennial of,
Día
of
de la
Bolivia is
Independencia
much
de
more than a
Bolivia.
simple
Hoy el país
historical
celebra 200
celebration.
años de vida
It is
soberana
the
y desde la ciudad de
recognition
Sucre, cuna de la libertad
of
americana,
self-determination
damos inicio a una
and sovereignty
jornada cargada
as
de
fundamental
emoción y
foundations of a
simbolismo,
diverse
también
and
futuro.
united nations.
200 años de
This
historia,
anniversary, as we have been saying,
de resistencia
marks
y
the
esperanza
formal
nos
birth
convoca
of the
desde el
plurinational
lugar
state
donde
of
comenzó la
Bolivia,
histórica
consolidating
ciudad de
its
Sucre.
identity in
Estamos
South American
transmitiendo
continent that has
desde la
witnessed
plaza
constant struggles
25
for
de
freedom,
mayo,
justice,
cuna de la
and
patria,
equality.
en esta
So, as we
jornada
have been
donde la
saying, these
historia no
images
solo se
are coming
recuerda,
live
el día
from
de
the
hoy
May
la
25th
historia se
Square,
vive.
right in
Hoy
front the
celebramos
House of
un
Liberty,
aniversario
which is the
tan
house we're seeing
importante
right
para
now on our
nuestra
screen,
amada Bolivia.
with the
Hoy
huipala and the
celebramos la
national flag
transformación de un
raised
pueblo
in
que
the
se
doorway,
atrevió a romper
which is
cadenas
the
para
birthplace
caminar con
in this
paso
constitutional
firme
capital of
hacia la
Sucre.
vida.
In this building is where the Independence Declaration was signed exactly today, 200 years ago. And we are able to see the diversity, the multicultural culture that comprises the Bolivian nationality, with all present here in this square, accompanying the authorities and international guests to commemorate and celebrate this historical date of the 200 years of independence. Now, Bolivia's independence, which was proclaimed, as we were saying, in 1825, 200 years exactly ago, on this date, right in that place where in that house we have been, in that building, the House of Liberty that we have been seeing in our images, where the Declaration of Independence was signed. Its roots are firmly anchored in indigenous farmer resistance against the Spanish colonial rule of the time. It began with the rebellions of leaders as José Gabriel Condorcanqui, also known as Tupac Amaru, and Tomás Katari and Tupac Katari were the first cries of freedom and social justice, confronting a rigid colonial structure that exploited and divided the people of Bolivia. With the weakening of the Spanish Empire following the French invasion in 1808, which opened the window for emancipation and was materialized with the formation of governing juntas in 1809 in Upper Peru. Now, this day of celebrations for the 200 years of celebrations of independence is a moment to be able to share among the different cultures that make Bolivia, and also to see how far the country has advanced and see all the progress that has been made in different sectors in the welfare of the people and technological advances that have been won by the people and by the plurinational state with all these different public policies and economic policies and strategies that have made Bolivia a key actor in the South American continent. Now, from the as we were saying that Bolivia's War of Independence began, which was marked by the courageous participation of military leaders and guerrillas such as Juana Azurduy, which we saw yesterday, Tuesday, as part of these events and commemorations, that a monument that was unveiled in honor of this great leader, this great women leader, Juana Azurduy. Also, leaders of independence in the struggles like Manuel Padilla and Ignacio Juanes, which had the support of a key actor that secured the independence, and that is the liberator, the one that had the dream of a great homeland, of a great integration of all of Hispanoamerica, as it was called back then, which is Liberator Simón Bolívar, of course, and José de San Martín, who were crucial for the victory in the Battle of Ayacucho in 1824, a battle that pretty much secured the victory and independence from the Spanish colonial power of the time. We must remember that in this Battle of Ayacucho in 1824, 1 year before the Declaration of Independence of Bolivia, that battle also secured Peru's independence and facilitated, of course, that a year later, on August 6, 1825, Bolivia could be proclaimed as a sovereign independent republic with the name of the Republic of Bolivar in honor of the emancipation work, the liberators' work on Bolivar, a name that was changed just a couple of months after from the Republic of Bolivar to Republic of Bolivia, and it's a country that will forever be bound by the legacy of this great liberator of South America, Simón Bolívar. As part of the years of struggles and history, it is in the year 2006 that the plurinational state of Bolivia began to legally recognize the 36 indigenous nations that make up the country. That's why we see so many different cultures. We are able to recognize them in the public by the different traditional dresses, as we are seeing on the left, of the 36 different indigenous identities that make